Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be ranking each Don't Starve Together character by their backstories, and if they don't really have a backstory, just their animations. And if you do enjoy this video, consider subscribing. Remember, each subscription equals one nerf to Wes. But without further ado, alright, first we have Wartox. Wartox has a pretty cool backstory. I wouldn't really call it a backstory, more of just like a story. Because, he like realizes that's not right, and then he just calls them up on it, and then, it gets bad luck like most of these people. So, honestly, I put him at a B tier, nothing special. It's not very sophisticated, but it's alright, I guess. Next up is Willow. Willow's backstory is a bit confusing, because it has a plot hole in it. Because if you don't know, Willow's 20 years old, but in her animation, she's like 8 years old or something, and we don't know what she did for all those years. But I mean, besides that, her animation's still pretty cool. Very recognizable. It's got a lot of views on it. Next up, we have Wilson. Wilson is one of the souls of Don't Starve as a whole, so you literally can't put him... I'd put him in a low S tier, honestly. Wilson is just like such a good character. The way that he's just like a crazy scientist that's out of touch, that just doesn't know anything, and he just gets tricked. Yeah, it's all pretty cool. Next is Wolfgang. Wolfgang's whole niche is that he's a gentle giant, and it is pretty cool. He's not really a gentle giant, just kind of like scared a lot, which doesn't really play into his actual character, like in the game, but it is pretty cool in his animation. But yeah, he's pretty basic and straightforward. Still pretty good though. Actually, yeah, I'd probably put him as C. I don't even know why I put him in A. Alright, next up is Wickerbottom. Wickerbottom's backstory is alright for a librarian. You couldn't really make it that sophisticated since she's literally a librarian. But yeah, it's alright, I guess. Her animation, I liked her animation at least. The whole fire thing. And now she has magical books is alright. Next up's Weber. I'd put Weber at a low A tier. Like, Weber has a pretty straightforward backstory, and it's pretty cool since he's just like a poor boy that just got unlucky. Like a lot of other people, but he got really unlucky because he isn't even a human. And he kind of got like kicked out of his house at the age of 12, but anyways, next up we have Wormwood. Wormwood is literally a plant. I'm sorry, but he literally is a plant. I don't know how you could manage to make a plant and have a good backstory, but Clay did alright for a plant. I get that he's like on a lunar island plant or something, but like there's no real backstory to be there. He's an alright animation, but it'd be kind of cool if you could meet other Wormwoods if you go to Lunar Island. Just like that's a species of them. WX. Pretty bland story, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of guaranteed Bag Stuff created him. So I guess that's pretty cool, but you couldn't really rank him that high, honestly. So yeah, bottom of C, maybe... honestly, I'd say that he is better than Plant Boy. Alright, Wanda. Now, Wanda is pretty cool because her backstory isn't as good as her niche. Because her niche is that she's a time traveler, and that HP isn't even a thing for her because she's just like so advanced with skipping through time that death isn't even a worry. Her only like actual setback is time, which is pretty cool. And it kind of shows in the animation how she's constantly running from time. We're not really running from time, but running from shadow creatures using time. But yeah, time is pretty cool because she's literally a time traveler. And time travelers have everything but, infinite time. So for that, I'd put her at a high B tier. Damn, I just realized how hard it's going to be to put someone's backstory in D tier. Because, like, how is someone going to have an actual bad backstory? Anyways, Wendy is an A tier, I'd say. Above Weber. If you don't know, Wendy is the highest viewed YouTube Don't Starve video ever as her animation. So that's got to be some brownie points. And her character actually links in with the main storyline of the game. Like a lot, since she's literally Maxwell's niece. So that's, more brownie points. But yeah, definitely not a low tier backstory. And pretty great overall. Alright, now we got Wes. Everyone loves Wes. His animation is actually like pretty amazing. You can't rank Wes low. I'd honestly give him a low A. Because, like, everyone loves Wes. He just, like, can't talk. He's a mime. Bro breaks a mirror and then somehow ends up in a different dimension completely by luck. Like, you gotta be on some next level unluckiness. Alright, you probably also is coming. Maxwell is straight at the top of S tier. Honestly, you literally can't argue that he's better than any other character's better than him at anything in storyline wise. Because he literally is the soul of Don't Starve. I know I said that Wilson is the soul, but you know, these two make up a 2/3 of the pie of the soul, and then the other would be like the shadows, them and Charlie ish kind of. Yeah, they'd make up the other third. But yeah, definitely Maxwell's story. His backstory literally is the entire storyline basically. But like from start to now, he's literally just his story is. You could make him the actual main character, and no one would argue that. But just his story is overall amazing. He finds a Codex Umbra, and then he just disappears off the grid, and just like starts creating a dimension. I mean, it was already kind of created, but kind of creates a dimension, and then just throws people in it like it's some kind of TV show. So you gotta respect him for that. Wyona is a solid backstory. Honestly, I'd put her at an A tier. Yeah, an A tier, I'd say. Because, like, being Charlie's sister is just, like, more brownie points than being Maxwell's niece. But the fact that she literally went in there, not even curious, she was just, like, willing to die to just find Charlie. And the fact that she probably now knows, because the new update, she probably knows that Charlie doesn't even care about her anymore. Or who knows, maybe Charlie does, but she's just under an influence of the shadows. But yeah, Wyona is definitely a pretty solid storyline. Alright, Walter. I'm sorry, Walter mains, but D tier. I know I've already gone pretty hard on you in that other video I did, but I'm sorry. All he does is adjust the radio and somehow ends up in there. No real depth to his story, but I wouldn't say it's actual garbage. I'm no edgy Rick, not just a big opinion. I'd say it isn't the worst thing they could have made. I'm saying it's kind of like wasn't really a trailer, it was more of just a sneak peek in my opinion. Who knows, maybe I'm forgetting something, but yeah, definitely more depth could be there. Wally. Now, if you guys don't know, Wally's my main, and a lot of people like Wally's backstory. I would not say it's the greatest though. It's not really a backstory, kind of just like a sub-story. Like, why do they gotta make his, like, backstory so damn sad? The whole thing is just built off just, like, him being sad about his his mum, and then losing his job to look after his mum, and then curing her dementia for like 3 seconds. And then his mum probably is dead now because, he just got dragged into the constant. I don't know why Maxwell wanted such a roster of characters. Like, do you really need a chef in the constant? But who knows, maybe it's literally because his name starts with W. Woody. Woody is interesting. I would not say Woody's the greatest either. I might be forgetting something, so you can tell me in the comments, but from what I know, Woody's backstory isn't really existent. I remember his animation is literally just him fighting a tree guard. So I'd say that's more sneak peekish than Walter. But at least Walter's backstory is when he's not in the constant, which technically makes it register as a backstory. Although I do like that he's literally a lumberjack and that he's like shape-shifting. Wigford. Wigford's backstory I'm not really a fan of. For no particular reason. I don't know, her backstory is kind of just not for me. She's just like a really big actor. I reckon it would have been better if she was literally just like the actual like Valkyrie fighter. Would have made it pretty cool, but it's kind of all just like a play. Kind of like, because you get with Wes, right? Because the whole niche of mimes in like TV shows, right, is that they never talk ever and they never break character. But Wigford's just like a stage performer, not even like an actor. So I don't really get why she takes it so seriously. I would probably rank her character higher though if like for one line she just like broke character. Like imagine if her favourite food was a vegetable dish and then when she ate it she just broke character and it's like the only vegetable dish she can eat. The final one on this list, we got Wirt. I like Wirt. Pretty great, honestly. Because I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a pretty great video. Go check it out. By Slasher, the Merm Theory. It just like really shows how sad. Like, how do you even manage to have a backstory already starting in the constant with annoying brothers and sisters? But not really. I don't know why I said that. Just like annoying relatives of other Merms. Like, no one really likes Merms. They're just kind of always... They're just kind of like crows in Stardew Valley. I don't know why I made that analogy, but if you play that game, you'll get it. Like, they're easily avoidable, but they're always trying to, like, just get you if you don't know what to do. But I would say that what is pretty great overall, because the fact that, I mean, there's two ways to look at it, because there's two different YouTubers' opinions I've seen on like their theories of what. And like some think that what is slowly gonna just turn and kill them all, you know, for the whole mummification thing. But other people think that what is just somehow the smartest merm ever. Which I don't really understand since what is a child, but I don't know, pretty great overall. Honestly, I'd say A. Okay, now we've finished this. I don't really know if I'd make any adjustments. Have I been harsh? Yeah, a bit on Wigford. WX is pretty cool, but we don't really know much. Yeah, I think I also put Weber a bit too high as well. Anyways, this is my final list. I know you guys are gonna leave your opinion in the comments, so I probably don't need to ask, but yeah, I'd love to see what you guys have to think about this. I'm sure I got something wrong in the, like 10 years of lore in this game, but from my perspective, this is basically what I think of each of their, like, animations and backstories. This video's been pretty fun to make. I might do something else like this later, but I don't really just want to put out like tier lists because they're kind of scrap content and it's pretty easy to make. But this is kind of a filler video for my other video going to come out in about a week. And if you guys haven't already, join my Discord if you really like these videos. It's where I just like talk about videos. There's a channel where you can rate my videos like this one. And I really appreciate that you guys made it all the way to the end of this video. This channel's grown a lot over the past week. And I think like almost 3 weeks ago, I had 13 subscribers. And now I have a hell of a lot more. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and see ya.